Look, if you struggle to focus, it's not because you're lazy, it's because the world you live in is literally engineered to break your attention. Every app on your phone has a group of smart people trying to figure out how to convince you to stay on that app for a few more seconds. And here you are trying to compete with all of that using what? Discipline? Good luck. So, in this video, I'm not going to tell you how to grind harder or magically lock in. I'm going to show you how to actually focus in a world that is literally built to distract you without deleting all your apps, moving to a cabin, or pretending you don't enjoy TikTok, because I know you do. If you're new here, my name is Liban. I talk about mindset, content, and what it actually means to operate into today's society without losing your mind. Let's get into it. First, we need to talk about this. It's not just you. You're not the only one who can't sit still for 10 minutes. This world is loud. Like, you wake up and there's already 5 notifications waiting for you. You open an app and your brain gets hit with more information in 30 seconds than people in the 90s processed in a week. Then you try and sit down and, get some work done. But unfortunately, your brain is still in scrolling mode, not focus mode. Of course you're distracted. Of course it feels hard. You've literally trained your brain to switch every few seconds. So when you suddenly say, all right, let's sit down and let's actually focus for 2 hours straight, your brain is looking at you thinking, sorry, since when? So before we actually think about fixing focus, I want you to drop the shame. Nothing is wrong with you. Understand that. You're not broken. You're just adapted in an environment that pulls you in 50 different directions. Now, once you understand that, we can actually fix it. And the first thing you need to do is make focusing easier for yourself. Most people try to force focus the same way people try to force going to the gym after eating pizza for 4 days straight. Unfortunately, it's not going to work. You don't need more effort. What you need is less noise. Here's what I mean. Most people try to work with multiple tabs open. When I say multiple, I'm talking 10, 15 tabs open on their computer, their phone right next to them, notifications turned on, messages pinging in the corner, music blasting everywhere. And then they're like, why can't I concentrate? Brother, look around. No one is focusing in that environment, not even monks. Your environment is louder than your intentions, and your focus disappears the second your environment wins. So what you want to do is make the focus the default, not a miracle. So close all the extra tabs, put your phone out of reach and not upside down right next to you. I know what you are. And then give your space a tiny reset so your brain isn't trying to process 20 random objects while you're trying to think. Just doing this makes a ridiculous difference. You haven't even tried to be disciplined yet. You just stopped attacking your own focus before you start. And once the noise is over, then we actually train the skill. Because focus isn't a muscle. You're not born with it or without it. You build it. And right now, your focus muscle might be weak, not broken, just weak. Think about it. If you've spent years scrolling apps that change every 4 seconds, your attention span has been trained to expect constant stimulation. So naturally, when you sit down to write something or read something or maybe work on something, your brain taps out after 30 seconds. That doesn't mean you're incapable. It means you've been practicing the wrong thing. So what do? You rebuild it slowly. Read for 10 minutes without your phone. Do 25 minutes of deep work on one task without switching to 6 others. And when that itchy, uncomfortable feeling of I want to check something comes up, that's the moment your focus muscle is growing. That discomfort right there is literally the process. And here's the part most people misunderstood. The first 5 minutes of focus always feels rough, every time. That's not the sign that you're bad at focusing, that's just a warm-up period. You don't judge your whole workout based on how your legs feel in the first 60 seconds of your treadmill. Your brain works the exact same way. Give it time to settle. Even if your environment is quiet and you're training focus, there's still one more thing that kills attention completely, and that is mental clutter. Your brain is like a browser with too many tabs open. If you've got 10 unresolved tasks, 2 arguments replaying in your head, 5 decisions you're avoiding, and you've consumed the atrocities of Twitter today, of course you're overwhelmed. You're not trying to just focus. You're trying to focus while carrying 20 kilos of thoughts. You can't think clearly when your brain is overloaded. So the last part of this learning is to carry less in your head. Do a brain dump once in a while. Just write everything down. Tasks, thoughts, worries, things you've been meaning to do. Your brain is not meant to store everything. Let the page do some of the work. I want you to reduce your input. Half of you are overstimulated, not undisciplined. You don't need to watch 20 how to improve your life videos every day. All you need to do is pick a few voices you trust, learn what you need, and then step away and actually apply something. Actually apply it. And then stop trying to outwork emotional burnout. If you're anxious or exhausted and your only plan is push harder, you're not being productive. You're being self destructive. So understand this. Sometimes the most productive thing is clarity, rest, or dealing with the thing that's been bothering you instead of pretending it doesn't exist. When your mind is lighter, your focus becomes 10 times easier. Because focus isn't about doing more, it's about carrying less. So let me give you a simple way to start today. Make your environment quieter, focus in small, honest blocks instead of giant, unrealistic sessions, and clean out the mental clutter you've been holding onto. Do that consistently, and you'll suddenly realize you're focusing longer than you ever have. Not because you became some disciplined machine, but because you finally stopped fighting yourself. And here's the bigger picture. In a world where attention is shattered into a million pieces, the people who can focus, even for 25 minutes at a time, have an insane advantage. Whether you're a creator, whether you're a founder, a student, or someone who's trying to get life together, attention is the new superpower. Your brain isn't broken, you just haven't been taught how to protect it. Now, if you want a part two, where I break down how I personally structure my day for focus, or the systems I use to not drown in distraction, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. But before you leave, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. See you guys next time.